Morning. Here's something a little bit different. We're going on the bike from Wellingborough out to Harrowden, and Harrowden down Harrowden Lane past the golf club and up to Finedon down to Finedon Road Railway Bridge, and then maybe down to the station, Mill Road Bridge, and back home again. I'll be filming on the way here and there, and I hope you're going to come with me. Okay, come on then. Well, we're leaving Wellingborough by Harrowden Road, past Hatton Park Road, and up towards the industrial estate. This is the cycle path which runs from Park Farm Industry and the Queensway estate down the side of Harrowden Road, which is behind the hedge. And there's lots of cycleways around Wellingborough. Absolutely great. It keeps you off the busy road. And you never know what you're going to see as you cycle along. Sometimes on the bike it gets a bit bumpy and shaky, but this footpath is not too bad really. Well, it's a footpath come cycle track. Little bit blowy. I'm out today on the bike because this is the month of June 2007 and we've had such a lot of rain, lots of flooding across the country. This looks like being a nice day, so here we are out on the bike. Standing here on one of the roundabouts, that's looking down Harrowden Road where we've just cycled along. That is Park Farm North. This is one of about 4 industrial estates that we've got in Wellingborough. That's looking up Mad Mile, where you have the Mad Mile Sunday Market, and along there is Park Farm South. We're now going to cycle along Mad Mile, past the market site and out towards Hardwick and Harrowden. Well, there you are, I said it, Mad Mile car boot sale. About once a fortnight I understand this takes place. I've never been myself because I'm not really into buying other people's leftovers. But this is where they hold it. You can see it's quite a large area. Car park 50p, and then various prices for different people to bring their wares in according to what vehicle they use. This is the road heading towards Great Harrowden. Or is it Little Harrowden? Yes, Little Harrowden is bigger than Great Harrowden. But across the fields there is Wellingborough, and we're going to pedal off down this road. Just give me a chance to move my camera, and then I will be taking a few still pictures until we get down to the railway, and give you a printed guide to the pictures that you're going to see. It's lovely on the bike on these back roads when there's no traffic about, but of course as soon as you get a few cars it's as noisy as, well, just very noisy. But we all need these cars, don't we? You can just see Little Harrowden appearing into view now as we go round these bends. It's all pot luck as I'm riding along holding the camera, you know, because I'm not actually looking through the viewfinder. Never know how many bumps I'm gonna hit. So after the few still pictures, we'll see you down at the railway, okay? I hope you enjoyed those few still pictures taken in Little Harrowden and Great Harrowden, and of course the golf club. We're now cycling down or along what is known as the Slips. This used to be a very sort of half-made road here. A lovely house there. And this road goes straight through the middle of Home Farm. I came down here 25 years ago, and as far as I can remember the road wasn't properly tarmac then, but it's all been upgraded, and this is the road that connects Great Harrowden with Finedon, and down in the valley we shall come across the railway. I don't know whether you can make them out, but there on the hill is the wind farm for Burton Latimer, and we've got some nice crop growing here in the field. So join me again when we get down to the railway. Well, here you have the mainline railway from London St Pancras up to Leicester and Sheffield, Leeds, right up there. And we get passenger and freight trains up here, and we're looking north at the moment towards Kettering. This is looking in the opposite direction, southward towards London. And of course just round the bends there is Nielsen Sidings. Certainly do a fair bit of speed along here. As I said, round the bend is Nielsen Sidings, now being reopened, all the track being relaid, and it's from there that all the new track work for the London Underground is being distributed. I understand that every weekend they are relaying 10 miles of the London Underground, and all the track starts out here at Wellingborough. Looking across the fields, you've got horses laying in the fields there. I hope that's not a sign of rain. And over there is Finedon, up and in amongst and behind the trees. We're going down this road and up the hill to Finedon, and then back down past Sidegate Lane towards Wellingborough and Finedon Road Bridge, where hopefully I'll be able to put the camera on again and show you the Nielsen Sidings that I've just been talking about. So you're joining me on my bike once again as we go downhill from the railway bridge. Running along in front of us is the Brook, which runs right through Kettering, Burton, Latimer, south of Isham. Probably picking up a bit of wind noise now. You can cut across there, across that field and over another railway bridge, and come out at the the Finedon Road Industrial Estate. This is the Brook here. It's flowing quite fast, quite low actually, the water level to what it has been, and that's looking at it across at the other side. So we're going up there now towards Finedon. We have a little breeze blowing and an aeroplane droning overhead. Looking right back across the valley there, that's the farm where the road that we were cycling along went right through the middle of the farm. So that'll give you some idea where we've come on this little bit. Right across the Valley there, the railway in the background and the Brook. We've just come up this hill here, and there's my faithful bicycle, and up there is towards Finedon. My speedo there will tell you that we've done 8.67 miles so far. The sky is getting much more cloudy. I think it looks worse than what it really is there. But yes, it was bright, sunny and clear when I left home this morning. And just looking through and across this field, you can see Bell Hill, which is just down there, which goes down past the church. That's Finedon Church, and you can also see one of the wind farm windmills, we'll call it, across there, just going round in the distance. Can you see that? There it is. Bring it in a little bit closer. Right, we're getting to the little bit busier road now. This is the road from Wellingborough to Finedon, and also links up with the A14. And over there you can see the water tower, Finedon water tower. I've always wanted to buy that. And then looking back down towards Wellingborough and the Finedon Road railway bridge where we're going. Once again we shall cross the Brook, so we'll probably stop and have a look at that. I think you might find it a little bit noisier here. This is the Brook, and a week ago all these fields were flooded. Just go over the other side of the road. This is looking back towards Kettering again, and the brook was very, very high, about, I should think, at least 3 times deeper than what it is now. The Brook actually runs into the River Nen. So we'll take you up to the railway bridge now. Well, it could be very, very noisy here. I'm right on Finedon Road Bridge now. There's a factory site there where the crane is unloading something, either unloading or loading. Not quite sure what. Anyway, they don't seem to know what they want to do, so let's have a look at, this is Finedon Sidings, and a few years ago this was reopened. They ripped all the lines up, all the track up many, many years ago. Then they relayed all the track for cross-channel freight. It was going to be holding sidings for cross-channel freight. Now it's all tied up with all the work that's going on the London Underground. It's a 10-year project. And it's cost, I don't know how many million to rebuild this site. The crane has now moved its load right the way round the other side. So maybe it's going to load it onto a lorry. Who knows? Your guess is as good as mine. The bridge in the distance, where the train has just come through, is called Mill Road Bridge. And just round the corner from there is Midland Road Railway Station for Wellingborough. Many years ago, this area that we're looking at here was all railway sidings. My father worked down here for a short time, unhooking and hooking wagons while on the move, but the job nearly killed him. All over this side was the Wellingborough locomotive depot. We had Black Fives, Bayer Garretts. Freight trains used to come down here with 100 wagons on their way to Cricklewood. How things have changed. Well, that's an express train just gone through on its way to London. Probably it will call maybe at Bedford, I'm not sure. But we're now on Mill Road Bridge, the bridge that we were looking at doing my last bit of filming when we was at Finedon Sidings, Sidings, and we're looking back up now towards that bridge. To the right here you can see the old engine sheds. They're all now used for storage, and just here there's the only little bit of building left, but that used to be the Railway Men's Hostel, and I worked there in 1958, 1959. I worked there as a chef, and that's looking down Mill Lane. There's factory units down there, an old house, derelict. There's going to be a lot of building work going on over there. And looking now southwards to Wellingborough station. I'll just move up here a little bit. The station is Victorian. Most of it is as it was many years ago. Of course there's had to be slight alterations. There used to be a metal, a cast iron and wooden footbridge over the platforms. There used to actually be 1, 2, 3, 4 platforms and a bay platform. You can just see where the bay platform was up there, look. That's where the bay platform was. Used to be 2 tracks just here. There's one left now, and that is only used for freight. Years ago it was used for passenger and freight. And then of course you got the 2 what we call the main lines, all to the right of the station where the cars are parked. That was all parcels sidings. It's amazing how everything's changed. Everything now goes by road, and everyone's talking about pollution. Well, my answer is put it all back on the railways and open up all the branch lines again. Well, this is at the southern end of the station. To the left of the picture is the old goods shed. A train is just coming in. It's a stopping train down to London. Got workmen making a noise in the background. But I think the lilac in the foreground compensates for that noise, don't you? Lovely, isn't it? Get a better view of the footbridge here, the modern footbridge. Midland Main Line. Got another one here coming up from London. That's probably going non-stop to Leicester. Okay, so we'll venture a little bit farther. Probably go down the river, I think. Right, by the time I finished making this film, you will have travelled 15 miles with me on my bicycle. We're now down by the River Nen, at London Road. I sincerely hope you've enjoyed it. Now I'm going to show you a few scenes along the river, back up the walks and through Crawley Park back home to my garage. Okay, thank you for coming. It's been a most enjoyable one, and I'll see you again whenever you've got the time. Bye for now. Fair shares, eh? There you are, someone cares about the horses left alone in the fields day after day after day. Used to be a railway bridge down there which connected Wellingborough. Used to have two stations, Wellingborough London Road, Wellingborough Midland Road. Railway used to go straight across the river there, round behind there and out towards Elsbarton, Castle Ashby and Northampton. Flower beds are taking their summer shape. There's a lot of water in the river. The swans are all going down, thinking that lady is going to give them some food. Quite noisy with traffic along here. This is known as the embankment. A sort of bypass for Wellingborough on the eastern side. As soon as I stopped, this one was right there waiting to be fed. They get a lot of bread from children and adults at the weekend, but of course in the week when everybody's at work there's not so much food to be had. And there you have Whitworth's holdings. A lot of background noise here with the traffic on the road, and Whitworth's holdings in the background. You've heard of the saying, like a duck out of water. Well, what's it like to be a swan out of water? All very foul to me. Certainly do make a mess of the footway, but the water is very high, and normally down by round the corner down there they can stand on rocks that are just a little bit submerged under the water, and that's where they normally prune themselves. But of course the water's so deep that they now come out onto the public footway and make one hell of a mess. But I've been down here when the water's been right up and over these banks, over the footpath and flooding right across into the field. There's the remains of floods there now. They're just going off for a swim now by the looks of it. Always wag the back end when they get into the water. I was going to say a tail, but it's not really a tail, is it? I don't know. Standing on the road bridge now. The water lilies are desperately clinging on to their roots, because the water's running quite fast, as you can see by how the leaves are spreading out to which way the water's going. This is a classic Wellingborough view, this is. Barges used to come down the river, linking up with the River Nen from the Grand Union Canal, and unload their cargo just there. Lovely and peaceful, isn't it? London Road crossroads now, very, very busy down near Tesco. And we've got mummy and baby here. I came down here the day after that little one was born. And it just lay in the grass, helpless. And look at it now. It grows up to be as fine as its mother. Should do very, very well, shouldn't it? Wonderful new life every day, whether it be a little ant, a horse or a human being. Here we have the latest shopping area, Castle Fields shopping or retail park, and the inevitable Pizza Hut. Right opposite the Dog and Duck, which has just been revamped, 2007. It's now part of the Beefeater group of companies. Good food. I think they're doing 2 meals for the price of one at the minute. Buy one, get one free. And here we have the walks. This is a lovely walk from the river up to the town centre. And years and years ago, in Victorian times, before the motor car, gentlemen used to promenade their ladies up and down the walks. Lovely, isn't it? My final views are in Crawley Gardens. The old buildings there. And of course behind there is the Tithe Barn, and then we have the swan tree. This tree was about to fall down and lose its branches, so someone had the brilliant idea of turning it into a beautiful piece of carpentry. Actually, I just call it the swan tree. I presume that's what it is. Crawland Abbey behind, and then more modern council buildings through the trees, and just one of the lovely relaxing parks that we've got in Wellingborough. Thank you once again for coming with me.